Is that suit?
Are we close enough to the edge of the forest to see that loading area behind the building?
I wouldn't say that you're there right now, but you could be, based on where you think you are relative to the campground and with the map. You could probably figure out where it is. I'll also say so that was William X with $50 for this human suit. We also have Incubor who donated $50. All of a sudden, all of you actually in your bags, including Uwu as well, find a T-shirt with a very large, low-res image of a voice actor's face on it. It's not any of you. It just happens to be a bunch of low-res pictures of everybody's blown-up faces. Conveniently, if you do want to know, Sam Riegel, Taliesin Chaffee, Matthew Mercer, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, and a few others.
I call Travis Willingham.
All right. Yeah, you have some like triple XL shirts. And I'll say also for Disappointed and for Randall, children's mediums.
Kuwu takes off. Sorry, Kuwu takes off the suit, the human suit that he had, and then just grabs. Wait, what's Jess's character again?
Disappointed.
Oh, grabs Disappointed and starts like trying to shove Disappointed into the suit.
I don't want to go with the suit. I don't like when
you to call me ugly.
You're big. I can't see your face. You're so huge. Stop it.
I didn't ask to be born this way.
I didn't ask to be disappointed. Women, but you know what happened anyway.
Can I get some honey-coated popcorn for this show?
Kuwu stops.
Bruce, Matt, I know I got a few screws loose, but I'm looking pretty normal in this bunch. Let me tell you what.
Matt from the background's like, "You guys all right? Are you sure you're gonna be all right for this?"
Kuwu waves him off. Just doesn't say anything, but just waves him off.
Kuwu wonders if he's ever gonna put out that fire.
Yeah, Bruce is there, like, all of this is happening, and is just kind of looking around, seeing if there's anything that we can see within reach. I know we have the campground down south. We've got the road we're close to. Is there anything Brucey notices?
So where's he looking at specifically?
In the immediate area, just wherever we started.
Okay, so yeah, again, the woods to your northwest and east are pretty densely packed. You can't really see too much. You hear the road to your west. It's just because you hear like trucks passing by and stuff like that. It can't be too far, but it is too far to see much of anything right now. To your south, you do see through a couple of the trees the beginnings of the clearing for the campground and a few tents and RVs that are nearby. Past that, not much else.
Brucey, seeing all this chaos happen with the suit and Kuwu grabbing Disappointed, just like shoving him into the suit. He's like,
well, should we go south to the edge of the trees and see what's at the campground? If there's anything we can use to help.
Best idea I've heard all day.
I'm like,
get that sweet
I know it's my first time, but I want to see how we can help.
I'm filing my nails, and I'm like, yeah, I guess that's a good idea.
I'm brushing my tail off. I mean, stub, because I'm a bear. You know.
Of course.
Yeah, just,
Cool.
I go ahead and I slip on one of the big shirts. I'll just pick like one with like Taliesin Jaffe on it.
All right.
Kuwu grabs the Matthew Mercer one and like slips it over his neck, but it doesn't fit over his body, so it's just like limply hanging off his neck.
So everybody, a few people put on shirts. You would look like maybe like a stuffed bear suit, like mascot now, wearing like a shirt, except for Kuwu, who looks like they're just wearing like a bandana. But for the most part, you could probably pass for people who are really energetic about the convention if you wear those shirts. But anything closer, be like, wait a minute, that's actual bear fur kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you had
locally sourced.
So Bruce, you said you had it a little bit further south?
Yeah. I want to see what's at the campground, but only to the edge of the tree, so no one can really see us.
So you're trying to get a better look, and as you head towards the campground, you do see quite a few tents. There on one portion of it, you do see kind of very modern tents, the sort of things you'd find in your REI catalog. People set up for with little campfires and things like that. Some families are hanging out, just kind of prepping for the day. There are a couple of RVs that are set up. People are starting to pack them up from the evening's festivities from the night before. There are cans and things just strewn about. Plenty of like bits of trash here and there. Some people have clothes hanging out on clothes. Why can't I think of the clotheslines? Clotheslines. There we go. Clothes hanging out on clotheslines. And a couple of pickup trucks here and there. And then there's this one area that everybody else seems to have given kind of a wide berth of like white canvas tents held up by like birch branches. And inside or around these tents are a few people in white and green robes that are walking around almost looking like monks that are trying to kind of prepare breakfast and make sure everything's ready for the day. They each have their own like little headbands on with little respective they're pretty much Naruto headbands if you want to go for that. That each of them are wearing. You can't make out the symbols on them, but they seem to be conversing with each other and staying away from everybody else, and everybody else is giving them a wide berth.
Guys, what do you think we should do?
After Randall, not Randy, stops grousing about not getting the Matthew Mercer shirt, he gets an idea and suggests to Brucey,
hey, so it'd be really good. Let's get even more clothes so that we can really blend in. I got sticky fingers, if you catch my drift. Let's go.
Then we'd look like the humans.
Guys, I think you're forgetting something. And I show him the rock. I actually have an obsidian die, so I show him the rock, and I'm just like, what if I don't know, a couple casualties with the trees and just cause a little distraction? So I don't know, maybe we can rummage their tents. I don't know. Your thoughts?
Well, she's got an idea. Let's see. Maybe light up a tent that's on the far end of the campground. People rush over there, try to put it out. That gives us.
Well, how about we just do a tree? That way, the belongings don't go up in flames. And I mean, what's one tree? There's like hundreds of them here, you know.
Okay. Bonnie, I like this idea.
It's fine.
But aren't there trees on fire over there?
There are now 5 trees on fire from where you started.
And
Matt is kind of giving up.
Yeah, if they ain't noticing those, then probably they ain't gonna be noticing much else with fire.
Oh, humans.
Can we just
oblivious
set it on
to
fire
everything.
so I can finally grab something?
Maybe we could do it to something other than a tree, like a parked car or somewhere where it wouldn't hurt anyone.
Parked car might hurt someone because, and then I'm like filing my nail at this point. I think they explode, like if they're on fire for too long or something.
I've never seen an explosion before.
Ooh.
I have. They are awesome.
I mean, if that's what we're agreeing on, yes or no?
Well, y'all just say yes whenever I say so. All right.
What's that?
If we find a car or maybe some kind of
Hey!
like personal belonging or something that's close by to it, we could light on fire. Maybe near a group of people and see how they react.
Okay, so you're gonna go for this? What are you aiming at, Bonnie?
I'm attempting to aim at the car, but not quite sure how the thing works, and I'm just like fiddling with it and like pushing all the sides of this rock, trying to make it aim at the car.
Well, why don't we go ahead and make this the first time that we're going to roll for something in our game here. So, as part of Honey Heist, folks, the idea here is that everybody has 2 stats for their bear, cat, or honey badger. There are bear and criminal. Bear is what you roll for any time you're doing something that a bear could do. Anything that's not something that a bear would normally do will be in the criminal category. To start, everybody has a stat of 3. 3 bear and 3 criminal. What you're going to do here in a second here, Mac, is roll a 6-sided die, a d6, and you're trying to get at or below your current stat in criminal. All right. So go ahead and roll that. Let me know what you get.
All right, I have a die. It is a 2. Wait.
A 2.
Yeah, a 2.
All right. So yeah, you eventually kind of you're really messing around with it, but you're making sure that the end that the laser came out of is still pointing in the direction of what you're aiming at. And eventually you do find that when you squeeze the rock itself, just by giving a full bear squeeze, it does fire the laser. And it fires out and hits, what was it again?
A car.
A car. Yeah. So there is kind of off towards the side a pickup truck with a couple of with a grill inside of it and some a couple of coolers, but otherwise not having or nobody inside the cabin or anything like that. You hit one of the grills there, which also happened to have the lighter fluid contained inside, and it hits. The grill starts to heat up, and the lighter fluid inside catches, and the whole thing bursts into flames. It's definitely distracting. It's definitely on fire, and there are people screaming now.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Are they running towards the truck to try and put it out, or away from it?
They are generally running away from it. There are 2 or 3 people that are like, my car! Who are running up toward it, but still keeping a safe distance. Everybody else, though, is starting to kind of just deciding maybe it's best to start moseying over to the convention center sooner rather than later. You do hear sirens in the distance, who are looking, or presumably the local fire department, who has been made aware, who are now trying to make their way there.
Would you say
shot, little lady?
Yeah. I told you I can cause a distraction as I'm still filing my nails.
I will say, yeah, go for it.
Oh, and I'm like, I think we should probably get the clothes and then leave immediately.
I will say about the immediate 5, 6, 10/RVs near you, completely abandoned now as people are trying to get away from the burning car. There are clothes and things like that. I'm gonna let's assume that for the most part it is Appalachian folks having a lovely kind of working class time. So you're not gonna find any 3T or 3-piece suits here, but you can pretty much pick anything you want in terms of clothes, and you'll probably find something that's gonna fit.
Okay. Yeah, everybody grab your drawers and let's get on out of here.
All right.
You got about 2 minutes to get dressed before you kind of hear those sirens approaching ever closer. What do you guys
seen
find?
Jeans in my size?
Sure enough, you do find some kid jeans.
Oh!
Brucey throws on his Travis Willingham shirt and wants to find any sort of pants or shoes that might work.
You do find some very big cargo shorts.
Right.
And you know what? There is a wallet in one of the cargo pockets, because everybody forgets what's inside of those giant pockets. If you look inside the wallet, there is an ID. His name is Frank Madsen. He is 28 years old, and he's a donor. So there you go. There's also $20 in it.
All right.
Who else? Anybody else going for anything?
I put on a pair of pants and I find a flannel as well. For anyone that's wondering, I have a beanie on, a daisy in my hair. I'm wearing black rimmed glasses. So it's very hipster-esque. I care about the environment, but I also don't really care. I more so care about me.
It's all for show.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
The epitome of a hipster.
In the pocket, by the way, of your flannel, you actually do find a credit card from, let's say, American Express, and written on it is says Alabaster Tealdi on it. Thank you to Tealdi for donating $100. I appreciate it a lot. And you see this person just sprinting away, flannelless, away from her RV.
Are there any shoes? Koo is looking for shoes.
Yeah, there's some pretty giant boots that you find near one of the tents. Looks like maybe someone was trying to like walk in through some marshier areas while they were camping out here. They're probably of your size. There are also some kids' tennis shoes, a couple of one set of bright blue Crocs, and one set of flip-flops.
Who grabs the Crocs?
Ah, dang it, Brucey wanted the Crocs. He sees like he sees them, he goes for it. Kuu yoinks him, and he's like,
Yeah, Kuu sees that Brucey's trying to go for them, and just like puts his paw over his, and is just like moving it away.
Your feet, by the way, you can fit the front of your feet in. The back of them definitely aren't catching on that little tag thing that pulls up. So you're just you're using them as slippers at this point, but you don't seem to mind.
Brucey just grabs the crusty boots then.
All right, big boots for Brucey. Let's see. You're disappointed, Ryder. What are you guys going for?
What was in front of us again?
So you're finding pretty much just whatever you'd find on the rack at like Target or Walmart.
Oh, I need some pants because I
You
already
need
have
some
a
pants?
shirt because I'm not a barbarian. Bear.
Yeah, actually, funnily enough, all of you did have hats coming on in. The disappointed was the only one wearing like a hand knit black and white striped shirt that it kind of stretches to fit the chunk cat size. Let's see here. Yeah, you look around, you find a couple of pairs of pants. There are a couple of definitely a couple pairs of jeans of various bits of acid washing. You also find yourself some camo shorts. You find yourself a skirt. You find yourself a pair of overalls. What are you feeling?
You know what? I'm gonna take this skirt because everyone's got pants, and if one of us ain't wearing something different, then obviously we're gonna be suspect. All right?
Fair enough.
You are wearing a chef hat, so.
Well, you know what? I am also wearing black and white, but it's a style, it's a fashion statement. So.
Ryder, what are you finding for yourself?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna interfere real quick. Kuu
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like looking down on himself, not really minding that he doesn't have any pants on.
Fair enough.
Okay.
There's a lot of bear there.
Humans wear pants. Ooh, don't you understand? Pants.
Kuu just looks over at disappointed and is just like,
Disappointed, runs over and grabs the pants and attempts to put them on Kuu, but realizes it doesn't fit his legs, so she's really trying very hard to put them on. He's just standing still.
So just to
Kuu
paint
was
the
just
scene
kind
on
of like
that,
allowing it.
just to paint a scene on that, a stoic giant panda is being attempted to be clothed by a large cat as the campground is slowly catching fire around you and people are screaming about. Ryder, what do you find for yourself?
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find some pants, and then just for the heck of it, I want to find like a leather jacket, like a faux leather jacket or something like that.
Oh, you find yourself a beautiful Carhartt brand faux leather jacket. It's inside one of the cabs of the trucks. They left their window down. You grab it. It's a little tight, but so you can't quite zip it up, but it fits okay.
It's form fitting. Makes me look cool.
And Randall, you found yourself some jeans that fit. Anything else you're going for?
Well, since I got my jeans and my Laura Bailey shirt, I guess that'll make it work. I can't find any shoes that are in my size, but oh, I smell something on the. They were cooking cobra.
And sure enough, you
Yoink.
actually find a few kebabs of cobra. Someone was feeling a little exotic the other night and happened to be cooking up some snake that they found in the campground.
These podunk Pennsylvanians got some good taste.
Absolutely.
Brucey tries to take a bite.
I've cooked better.
Does Brucey get a
Ryder
bite?
twirls, like I didn't mention it before, but Ryder is twirling like a fish skeleton in between his teeth, and is like, "Yeah, I'd say that's gonna be some good eats right there."
All right. So as all of you are getting dressed, and as some of you are enjoying a nice late morning snack, the fire department has now entered the campgrounds. They're driving their big, loud, bright truck on through. Most of the campgrounds have emptied out. The folks in the robes are single file marching out of the campground in these green and white robes, and silently. And yeah, pretty much the campground is yours, except for the firefighters and police who are now pulling up to investigate what in the world happened to this poor truck.
Guys, I think we got to get out of here.
Let's peel out, y'all.
Go.
All right, so you guys are heading away from your spot in the campground, which is, I'd say, on the north side there. To your south is the approaching firefighters and police. Where do you go?
Well, you want to be.
Or
What's that?
no, I'm asking. Sorry. Go.
Yeah. So I'll say that the map, for what it's worth, is relative. Like north is up, west is left, east is right, south is down.
Makes
Well,
sense.
the way I see it, we can either see about sneaking in the top of the map.
He doesn't know directions.
We can either go to the top of the map and try and sneak in the back, or we've got this human money. We can try and buy some tickets at the main entrance.
Well, I'd say we're pretty well covered up now. We wouldn't be too inconspicuous.
You know,
Yeah,
as
let's just get away
Bruce
from
is
this.
saying this, he's honestly not sure. He's like, I'm trying to gauge everyone else. He's like, I don't know.
I mean, what better way to sneak on in than right under their noses?
We didn't go
Nice.
through all this
True.
trouble to get human clothes for nothing.
Well,
It's up to you
we
guys.
still have to blend in the convention center, so like having these clothes on is probably better than like not having these clothes on if we decide to go through the main entrance or maybe the back entrance as Bruce had suggested earlier.
Well, here's the thing.
Well,
Disappointed walks up to
What was your name, Keston? I'm sorry.
Ryder.
Ryder. Disappointed walks up to Ryder and says, "Look, Ryder, what
Mhm.
if we try the back? Cause you're good at driving, right?"
Oh, probably better than any of y'all here.
Kuwu immediately turns and says, "I don't know about that. I'm a pretty good driver too."
Sorry, who here has seen all of the Fast and Furious movies off a phone that was dropped in their pan? Raise their hand.
I say
yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
thought
be caught
so.
dead watching that garbage.
Yeah,
Brucey sheds a single
garbage.
tear when she
See,
says
not
that.
a true driver.
Oh,
As you guys
Oh,
are
I
you-
stole a phone. It just had the room on it.
See,
yeah.
Ryder,
You all are gonna find out now. I'm sorry, disappointed. We interrupted you. What were you saying?
As you guys are saying this, by the way, the firefighters are coming up. It's like, all right, let's make sure, let's spread out. Let's make sure that this stays contained. Why are those trees on fire back? Oh, okay. We need more. We need backup here. And they're starting to gather. They're like, hey, you guys need to leave. This is a controlled area now. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
don't look nervous.
Ryder just tips his hat down over his face. He's wearing a cowboy hat for anyone asking in the chat. And he just waves and just starts walking to like the sidewalk next to the convention center, like across the road.
All right. So
Y'all just follow me. Come on.
Ryder's
Yeah,
walking,
let's get out of here.
just jaywalking across. Anybody following?
My
Disappointed
spiky
follow.
fur is starting to get weak.
Yeah, Kuwu's following too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I follow.
So
Brucey
Mott.
follows, you know, after everyone else starts following, he's like, well, I'm not going to be left behind, and he follows.
A motley collection of loosely dressed bears, cat, and honey badger now start crossing the street, just walking away from a massive fire starting to break out at the campground there. But it looks like things are being slowly but surely contained as time